welcome back. Man, it's so good to see all four of you that watch these videos. Let's get this party started. We're going to talk about home warranties. Easily the most thrilling thing that you're going to learn about today. So home warranties are, like in Utah, where I live, right? Home warranties are one of those things that as you're filling out the, not you, the client, as me, the agent, is filling out the real estate purchase contract. If you ever hear the term REPC and you're like, what the fuck is a REPC? REPC, real estate purchase contract. Again, like military acronyms, really obnoxious, I know. But there's actually a section on ours where you have to check if you're asking for a home warranty or if you're not asking for a home warranty. And if you are, is it to be paid for by the sellers or the buyers? And what's the value assigned to it, right? So you declare these things on the purchase contract. I don't know if it's like that in every state, but it is in Utah, which implies that it's such a common thing that let's just put it on the purchase contract itself. That way we don't have to do an addendum every time we want to talk about a home warranty. Now, in a competitive seller's market like this, we do them less and less. Like we ask for them pretty uncommonly right now, just because it's one more little hurdle to try to get offers accepted in a really competitive market. So for the most part right now, we have not been asking for them. You do you based on your market. But should you get one, if the sellers pay for it, of course take it. Yeah, there's no downside to it. If they don't, should you get one? Ideally, yes, but I go back and forth on this all the time. Okay, so first of all, a couple basics. The cost of a home warranty is typically $400 on the low end, up to $500, maybe even $600 on the high end, depending on what you cover. Sometimes if you do multiple years, you can get a better rate on it. So this will be a little bit of a burn here, but so when I bought my house, I got I don't even remember how it came up. I think the sellers gave me a 1-year warranty, and the warranty company, so they call me and they're like, "Welcome to the Choice Home Warranty family." Thanks, dude. And he's like, "Hey, we can basically get you a really good rate. Like if you tack on a second year, then we'll give you another 6 months for free." So I went up at like 2.5 years for the price of, I guess, I don't know, probably would have been like 1.5 years or some shit like that. Now, here's the thing, and this is part of the con of home warranties, right? We're tracking a little all over the place right now, but Choice Home Warranty did not do a goddamn thing for me. I had multiple things go wrong in the 2.5 years that I had the warranty, and they covered zero things. How it works is something goes wrong. You get a leak, or your whatever happens, or the thingamajig goes down. And so you call up the home warranty company, and they basically have a service fee. They're like, "Hey, we will use one of our local service providers. We will send them out. It's a $60 service charge." And then that service provider will call up Choice, and they're going to say, "Hey, here's what's wrong with the garage door." That's part of what happened to me, and or the motor. And here's what's wrong with it. And then Choice will either call you back, or whatever home warranty, call you back and say, "Hey, that's covered, so we're going to go ahead and have them fix it," or it's not covered, in which case, whatever rate they're going to tell you it is to fix it, you're on your own for it, and you still owe us $60. So it's they didn't cover a damn thing for me, right? In 2.5 years. So I think mine wound up being about $900, $900 if I remember right. And it, so I got to the end of 2.5 years, and I'm like, all that happened here was I spent $900 where I got zero back. So there was absolutely no point to mine. And this is part of the problem with home warranties, is that you'll look at them and you'll see all the stuff that's included. And you're like, bro, anything that goes wrong in my house in the year that I have this, I'm good to go. And then so it'll say like included, and it'll have all the stuff in the kitchen, for example. And then you'll look at the fine print in the excluded category, and it'll also have a kitchen category. And like, here's the stuff with the stove that is included. Here's the stuff with the stove that's excluded. So there's no way for you to really know what the hell is going to happen with this thing. Like there's so many easy outs for the home warranty companies that you're just hoping that you kind of pick a good one, and that maybe they'll fix some shit if you actually finally call them, right? So should you get one? You should, because occasionally you do get lucky and you hear those stories of someone being like, yo, my roof started leaking and they like replaced the whole roof. And you're like, man, you totally scored on that home warranty. And then a lot of times it's like me where you're like, they didn't do a damn thing, right? So the answer is, yeah, you should, but it's also like you should if you're not going to miss the $500 a year. That's kind of the truth. Like, are you in a position where $500 a year doesn't really like move the needle for you and you're kind of like, you know, like I'm not really going to miss it. It's not like it's not a lot of money, but I'm not really going to miss it. Cool. You should for sure do it. And if you're like, hey, you know, like I'm a working Joe and, you know, I make 45 grand a year, $500 a month, like shit, you know, like that actually makes a difference for me. Probably not. Probably not. Are you running the risk of like you might have to foot the bill on whatever goes wrong? Yes. The problem is you are quite possibly, and I would even say likely, going to have to foot that same bill even if you have a home warranty. So my only advice to you guys that I can give you, it's kind of my little like, it's almost more of a theory at this point. I can't really like validate with a lot of facts that this is accurate. I typically try to, so there's one, you know, I make nothing when, you know, there's no like referral fee that I get or anything like if I refer someone to a home warranty company. So no upside in this for me. There's one called Silverback that we've used quite a bit out here. And again, it's a case of, it's pretty rare that you even have to call the home warranty company. So I don't have a lot to report back in terms of how good they've been. I hear good things. I just can't really validate it for you. Oftentimes I kind of have a theory that says, hey, try to use a company that's a little bit more local based or 100% like local to your state. Because my theory here is that they're going to be a little less likely to shit where they eat because they're like, whatever, XYZ home warranty company that's purely like focused on Utah. I think that they're probably a little bit more likely to cover stuff because they don't have 49 other states that they can rest on. They're like, hey, we only do business in Utah. If we start fucking over our clientele in Utah, no one's going to use us. So just a theory. Again, don't have a lot to validate that, but you know, take it for whatever you want. That's it, guys. Burbs? What do we got? Anything on the burbs? Oh man, I'll give you a strong dislike for me. So this is George Dickel. I was actually quite excited about this. And so this is their Tennessee Sour Mash whiskey. It's their number 12. And I was excited about this. It's like a, I don't know, $25 bottle. So it's not an expensive bottle, but it was one of those that seemed like reputation seemed to indicate like, hey, that's a really, like a surprisingly good $25 bottle. I hated it. Not good. Not good. Maybe it's the whole sour mash thing. I don't really know what it was, but it was not a connection with me. That was not a love connection with me. Absolutely not. So I'll pound that thing down, not right here, right now, but I'll get rid of that thing, and that will not be one that I replenish. Hope you guys are doing well and everyone's staying healthy, getting your vaccines, of course. Stay safe. Wear your gloves and your mask, even when you're in your vehicle by yourself. I recommend that you wear those things, you know, or just out for a walk in nature when there's no one else around. Wearing those masks save lives. Save lives, everyone. Okay, peace. Be good.